Only on Fox 19, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, it seems like everyone has a social media account that they turn to for news or entertainment.
Those platforms have become essential tools for government agencies to communicate with you at home. And more specifically, police departments around the tri-state have found ways to use social media to their advantage.
Our Ken Brown has more on how local departments are taking advantage of the free tool.
In Blue Ash, police are attempting to identify this woman, accused of stealing laundry detergent. They called on their Facebook detectives. Hey, up here. Yeah, they're talking about me and you and anyone with a Facebook account for that matter. And they're not the only department that does this.
They get to know us and what we are doing, which is important. That transparency is super important. And then when we need them for a missing person or a crime that has been committed and we're looking for the suspect, we have established that good communication and we can rely on them to be the eyes and ears for us out in the community.
This isn't a new police practice either. In 2016, we reported on a Butler County Sheriff's Office Twitter post calling for community help. Within 4 hours of their tweet, a suspect was identified and in custody.
That tip actually came in earlier than 4 hours. It was just a matter of us weeding out through the tips that we got, because we get a bunch of them, we truly do. And it's amazing the amount of the community that wants to help.
On the other side of this practice are 24 police departments that do not have their own social media platform. Of those, 12 do post through their city, village, or township-run pages to help with investigations or send out crime alerts. Springfield Township Police are one of those 12. In 2020, they used the Township Facebook page to warn residents about a door-to-door magazine sales scam. And within an hour, they reported the arrest of 6 people. Then there are 12 other police departments that don't have a social media page, that don't use their city's page for investigations or crime alerts, or have a page that's been inactive for more than 2 years. Some don't use social media at all. Here's a look at that list. The largest among them is the city of Mason's PD. In fact, Mason's population is larger than the other 11 jurisdictions combined. Smaller cities have smaller departments. Those departments say that staffing makes it difficult to maintain accounts. For example, Brookville's police department consists of just 1 police officer. Owensville has 2 full-time police officers. Mason Police have 49 employees. They've used the city's social media accounts to promote events and discuss promotions and new hires, but as best we can tell, they haven't used their page to alert residents to trends in crime since a 2019 scam alert post. Instead, the city says they use avenues like an e-newsletter and Centerpoint magazine. Their fall edition included an article on American flag etiquette, general tips for protecting against mail theft, and a phone scam article. The city currently operates 3 Facebook pages: the city's main page, the Recreation Department, and even the Economic Development Department. They're all on social media, but the Mason Police are not. Mason Assistant City Manager Jennifer Heff declined our request for an interview, but emailed us a response that reads in part, quote, "Our communication response is dictated by the situation. We are not opposed to using city's webpage, social media accounts when necessary. To date, I don't believe a separate police social media account / page would have altered an outcome of a situation," end quote. Facebook pages launched in 2007, and it's free to use. So for clarification, we asked Heff if there was not a single investigation in the last 15 years that could have benefited from the assistance of the community via social media. And we're told Mason is using social media to aid in police activities when needed. The city says they'll use Code Red and Reverse 911 that they believe are more targeted approaches. Those avenues are response tools to emergency situations. Heff's response neglected to address our inquiry into investigations. Social media has become an effective form of canvassing for many departments. Now, door-to-door canvassing is a practice that predates Dick Tracy, and while it has its place in investigations, it is a time and resource-consuming endeavor.
So we turn to Facebook, social media, and we just seem like we get information to more people, more of the community than we do doing press releases or doing interviews, putting it on our website.
Coming up in the next half hour, we'll compare Mason's investigative numbers to the numbers of their neighboring departments that do use social media for investigations. Now, the difference in cases that are cleared may surprise you. Reporting in studio, Ken Brown, Fox 19 Now.
And earlier this hour, we discussed how local police departments have used free social media accounts to their advantage and the handful of departments that are not using the free platform.
Ken Brown continues the coverage now that you'll find only on Fox 19 Now, with the staggering difference in the percentage of cases cleared by departments which have established a strong social network.
The City of Mason's police department here was the focal point of our discussion earlier because of their lack of a presence on social media. The numbers you're about to hear are the reason we're discussing the absence of Mason's investigators on platforms such as Facebook. Police departments on social media. It may have started out as a social experiment for some departments, but now it's grown into a valuable resource.
We just use Facebook to give updates on anything from crime information, tip information, community events. It's been a great, helpful tool in solving crimes, too.
In the last half hour, we made note of 12 departments that do not utilize the tool for investigations. The City of Mason's police department is the largest among them. In 2021, the Mason Police Department took more than twice as many reports as Middletown Division of Police and the Lebanon PD. Not all of those reports result in criminal investigations, but it's not like crime isn't happening in Mason. That same year, on average, investigators in Mason were assigned a new case once every 3 days. We learned via public records request their clearance rate for those cases is about 41%. Compare that number to departments like Hamilton, Middletown, and Lebanon that use social media to help with investigations. They all had clearance rates of 80% or better in 2021. The impact of social media on police investigations is difficult to measure. All the departments we reached out to do not keep statistics on how many crimes have been aided by Facebook or Twitter. After our records request, the City of Oxford Police actually went back and broke down the number of cases in which Facebook assisted them in making an arrest or identifying a suspect. They report nearly half of the cases they posted about in 2021 were solved with the help of their social media followers.
I was pleasantly surprised that it was just about half of the posts that we made looking for a suspect or looking for a crime to be solved had been solved by way of social media.
Well, since we started asking different departments about their use of social media, Winchester, who's listed in the middle of our list of 12 here that made the story, I actually spoke with their chief about that very issue, and he said they'd actually start looking into expanding their use of social media since we started asking questions. Reporting in studio, Ken Brown, Fox 19 Now.